Hello students, welcome to Unit 3, the Social Entrepreneurship Process. In this video lecture also we are going to see what is social entrepreneurship process and why it is very important in social entrepreneurship setup. The social entrepreneurship process is a systematic and strategic approach to addressing societal problems while creating a positive change. It is rooted in innovation, resource mobilization, and a commitment to social impact. Social entrepreneurs navigate through multiple stages, from identifying a problem to scaling their solutions, while measuring success by the difference they make in people's lives rather than by profit alone. So, process is actually the various stages that we have to undertake while doing a project or completing a project. So, social entrepreneurship combines business acumen with social innovation to create a lasting change. The focus is on adding value, creating social value rather than financial profits, although financial sustainability is still an important goal in social entrepreneurship. To model this process, it is important to understand the key elements that drive social entrepreneurship and the sequence of actions that lead to social change. So, what are the various stages involved in attaining your mission or goal? So, identifying a social problem. The first step in the process is to identify a problem. Okay, they would have come across a problem, or they would have come across some challenge in the society, some needs, some requirements in the society. So, the first step by the social entrepreneurs is to identify a social cause, a problem that needs to be addressed. This could range from issues related to poverty, healthcare, education, environmental sustainability, social inequality, hygienic problems, and clean water, etc. So, social entrepreneurs often choose problems they are personally passionate about or have witnessed firsthand in underserved communities. The issue must be significant enough to warrant intervention and address a gap in current solutions. There are so many problems, but only certain problems are very pressing, it needs very urgent solution. So those problems must be addressed. Social entrepreneurs often base their ventures on deep personal convictions or the recognition of underserved needs in the communities. They are passionate, they are attached to that particular problem. Somehow they want to identify a solution to that existing problem. So, opportunity identification. In this phase, the social entrepreneur seeks out the underlying causes of a social problem and identifies opportunities for creating a change. This is where social entrepreneurs innovate by coming up with fresh approaches to long-standing issues. So they will identify a problem. They will also identify the root cause for the existing problem. They will brainstorm and they will come up with a new idea, some fresh idea to alleviate the problem or address the problem. This is where social entrepreneurs innovate by coming up fresh approaches to long-standing issues. Next step is that we have identified a problem. Next one is we have to define the social mission, how the problem should be addressed. Once the problem is identified, the social entrepreneur defines the mission of the organization, how the problem should be addressed, how the problem should be solved, what are the various steps that will be taken by the organization to address the issue. The mission guides the activities, goals, and direction of the venture. It serves as a guiding framework for all activities of the organization and reflects the long-term social impact the entrepreneur aims to achieve. Mission-driven goals are different from those of traditional businesses because they aim to achieve social impact, not financial gain. Of course, the goals of the traditional business are only profit, whereas here their main intention is to create social impact, social transformation. So the social mission often focuses on scalability, sustainability, and lasting impact, lasting change. So it may also emphasize empowerment, inclusion, and community involvement. This mission will often emphasize the impact on the community, whether it's improving access to education, providing clean drinking water, alleviating hunger, or tackling climate change. So the goal is to maximize the social good. Next one is first step, they have identified a problem. Next one is they have defined the machine. Next one is they have to develop, and third step is to develop an innovative solution. See, once the mission is defined, the next step is to create Innovative practical solutions. Social entrepreneurs often come up with novel ideas, new ideas, or business models that tackle the problem in a new way, ensuring they stand out from existing solutions. They always travel in the or take the road that is less traveled. They want a unique proposition to solve the problem. This may involve creating a new product, service, or model that serves a social needs. This stage requires problem-solving abilities to design a solution that is both effective and scalable. The focus is on creativity and innovation rather than on competing in the market. They don't want to compete in the market, but they want to give importance to creativity and innovation that will be long lasting. The solutions may be unconventional and have the potential to disrupt the existing systems or create new ways of addressing social challenges. An example is microfinance institutions, which provide small loans to individuals in developing countries who do not have access to traditional banking services. Fourth one is resource mobilization. To turn their vision into reality, they need funds. Social entrepreneurs need to secure the necessary resources, including capital, human resources, network connections, and material resources. So, the entrepreneurs must raise funds through various sources such as donation, grants, impact investments, or even crowdfunding. Okay. Additionally, the social entrepreneur may need to recruit a team, create partnerships, and gather resources from other stakeholders to carry out their mission effectively. So resources are very scarce, so they are very, very critical to turning the vision and mission into actionable solutions. This is often one of the most challenging aspects of social entrepreneurship, as these ventures typically don't rely on profits to sustain operations. Next one is building the social enterprise. At this stage, the entrepreneur begins to build and manage the social enterprise, which involves organizing a team, developing a business model, and setting up the operational structure. The enterprise is designed with the focus on scalability and sustainability, ensuring that the organization can achieve its social mission over the long term. The entrepreneur needs to build a social enterprise or a non-profit organization to carry out activities aligned with the mission. Building the social enterprise. At this stage, the entrepreneur begins to build and manage the social enterprise, which involves organizing a team, developing a business model, and setting up the operational structure. The enterprise is designed with a focus on scalability and sustainability, ensuring that the organization can achieve its social mission over the long term. The entrepreneur needs to build a social enterprise or a non-profit organization to carry out activities aligned with the mission. The entrepreneur may develop a business model that generates revenue while ensuring social impact. We discussed a lot of models in the last lecture, so they could choose any one of these models to build their enterprise. This could include charging for products or services, but with clear reinvestment into the social mission, creating a hybrid model that balances profit with social purpose. At this stage, team building is crucial, as the success of the venture often depends on the ability to collaborate effectively and manage both resources and operations. Examples include social businesses like Tom's Shoes, which donates a pair of shoes to a child in need for every pair sold. Next one is measuring impact. So they need to measure the impact of the venture. An essential step in the process is to measure the social impact of the venture. This involves tracking and evaluating the changes created by the social enterprise and its activities. Social entrepreneurs must continuously measure and assess the impact of their activities to ensure they are achieving their intended social goals. Impact measurement tools and metrics such as social return on investment or impact assessments are commonly used to assess the effectiveness of the social enterprise in achieving its mission. This measurement allows entrepreneurs to evaluate whether they are truly improving the lives of the target population and making a tangible social change. This is important not only for tracking progress, but also for attracting more investors, partners, and supporters who are interested in the social outcomes of the business by demonstrating the effectiveness of their solution. Scaling the solution. Once a social enterprise proves effective at a small scale, the next step is to expand its impact. So, scaling can involve geographic expansion, reaching more beneficiaries, or creating strategic partnerships that help replicate the social innovation in different areas. So, scaling the solution requires careful planning to ensure that the enterprise maintains its social mission while growing. It may also involve seeking additional funding and optimizing operations to handle growth effectively. Successful scaling depends on the ability to adapt the solution to different contexts and ensure that the quality of impact does not diminish as the organization grows. Sustaining the social enterprise. We need to sustain the enterprise. The final step is to ensure the long-term sustainability of the social enterprise. This involves balancing financial needs and social goals while maintaining the viability of the enterprise. The long-term success requires financial stability and the ability to continue operating even after initial funding is depleted. So, social entrepreneurs must find ways to diversify revenue streams, whether through income generating activities, partnerships, or additional funding sources. They should not rely on one particular revenue stream. Entrepreneurs must secure long term funding, ensure their model can continue operating in a self sustaining manner. Sustainability also means adapting to changes in the social, economic, or environmental landscape and staying focused on the social mission while navigating business challenges. So this is the visual model of the social entrepreneurship process. First step, we are identifying the social issue, the pressing problem that has to be addressed, that needs social attention or solution. Next one is you are defining your mission. Next one is you have identified a problem, you have identified the various steps that have to be taken to address the issue. Next, you have to develop an innovative solution for that problem. Then you have to mobilize resources to execute the project, or you have to realize your dream of offering solution to that particular problem. So you have to mobilize resources like funding, human capital, operational equipment, and everything. So, and you have to build. Next one is you have to build and manage the social enterprise. Okay, you have started working towards finding a solution towards the particular problem, and you are executing that also, you are implementing that also. Next one is you have to measure the impact. Suppose your intention is to give education or provide clean drinking water to so many people or so many students, you have to measure the impact. How many students have been educated? Okay, how many villages have got clean drinking water? So it depends on the problem. Then you are doing it in a small scale, you have to expand that to the next level. So you have to take it to the next level. So you can start the same venture if it is a successful one in other areas also, in location also. Then you have to sustain the enterprise. Sustainability is very important. So key aspects of social entrepreneurship process, it is not only about innovating solutions to solve societal problems, but also about sustaining a long-term positive change. It operates at the intersection of business and social impact, blending entrepreneurial skills with social objectives. Social value creation, okay, it creates value, it adds value. So unlike traditional entrepreneurs who primarily seek to generate financial profit, social entrepreneurs focus on creating social value. This means their goal is to address specific social, cultural, or environmental challenges. Social value creation is the driving force behind most social ventures. It might be in the form of access to education, affordable healthcare, clean water, or economic development in marginalized communities. Next one is innovation. Social entrepreneurship is highly innovation driven. They are also giving new product, new service. Entrepreneurs in this field tend to think outside the box and develop creative, unconventional solutions to address issues that often go unnoticed or underfunded. Innovations can include new technologies, business models, or collaborative partnerships that make a more significant impact on solving societal problems. The main thing is they have to address the problem, they have to remove the problem, they have to create an impact by offering a very good solution. So they can um, go with new technologies or go with new models or collaborative partnerships to address the problem. Blended value. Social enterprises are characterized by blended value creation, which means they simultaneously seek to generate social value and financial return. The ultimate goal is to use the profits to fund and expand the social mission. They have to generate their own fundings. Okay, they cannot rely on donations or grants or from funds from other people for a long time. So, in order to create long-lasting social or societal transformation, they have to rely on their own sources. They have to generate their own funding. So, in a social enterprise, the financial sustainability of the organization is often tied to the effectiveness of its social impact. The more social value it creates, the greater its financial success and its ability to grow. Sustainability. Sustainability is a central principle of social entrepreneurship. Not only do social ventures need to create social value, but they must also ensure that their operations are financially sustainable. This often means creating a self sustaining business model where income is generated through products, services, or partnerships that support the mission instead of relying on funds, donations, and other resources from other, external parties. Empowerment and inclusivity. Social entrepreneurship frequently emphasizes empowering marginalized or underserved populations. The aim is not just to address problems, but also to empower individuals and communities to participate in the solutions. Social entrepreneurs often advocate for inclusivity, ensuring that their ventures bring in diverse perspectives and give voice to the communities they serve. Measuring impact. Social entrepreneurs must constantly measure their social impact to ensure they are achieving their right goals, to ensure they are going in the right track. This is where they diverge from traditional business models, which are primarily focused on financial metrics. And of course, it is very difficult to measure the social impact also. Tools like social return on investment, impact assessments, and data driven analysis help measure success in terms of the change brought to society. Evaluating the impact is vital not only for the credibility and transparency of the venture, but also to interact or attract investors, donors, and other stakeholders. Example of social entrepreneurship, the border shop. We'll have one case study. The Body Shop is an example of a highly successful social enterprise that blends ethical business practices with a focus on social good. So, the first step, identifying the social problem. So, how did they come across this problem? Okay, in the 1970s, Anita Roddick, the founder of Body Shop, saw a growing demand for ethical consumer products that did not harm the environment or exploit people. So she identified the need for a business model that not only offered beauty products but also championed social causes. So the products which are produced without harming the animals or without exploiting human beings. So that is the problem she wants to address. And next one is defining the social mission. This Body Shop's social mission was not only to sell beauty products, but also to promote fair trade, sustainability, and animal rights. So she created a brand that would push for social change, focusing on environmentally responsible sourcing and advocating for human rights. So developing the solution. So company's solution was to create and sell cosmetic products made from natural ingredients sourced in an ethical manner. So they committed to cruelty-free practices, so no animal testing, used recycled packaging and sourced ingredients from fair trade suppliers. So by going for recycled packaging, they are into waste management. Resource mobilization. To fund her vision, Roddick used both personal funds and investments from ethical organizations and investors who shared a vision for a more socially responsible business. So the company worked closely with local artisans and communities in the developing world, ensuring that they were paid fairly for their products and labor. Building and managing the social enterprise. The Body Shop was run on a hybrid model, combining both profit driven and socially responsible practices. So the company grew quickly, setting up a global supply chain that focused on fairness and sustainable practices. The stores and products reflected the brand's commitment to social values. Employees were trained to advocate for social causes. So, measuring impact. The Body Shop consistently measured its impact by assessing the environmental footprint of its operations and the success of its fair trade initiatives. The company's impact was not just about profits, but about how well it managed to bring attention to ethical consumerism, social justice, and environmental sustainability. Scaling the solution. The Body Shop grew into a global enterprise, and its ethical business model became a benchmark for other companies in the industry. In 2006, it was acquired by L'Oreal, but it maintained its social mission and continued to prioritize ethical sourcing and advocacy. Sustaining the enterprise. The company's success proved that ethical business practices could be both profitable and socially impactful. Despite its acquisition, the Body Shop has continued to expand its efforts in social activism, maintaining a commitment to fair trade and environmental sustainability. The brand remains a global leader in ethical consumerism. Key lessons from the Body Shop. So, what are the takeaways? Ethical profitability. First one, the Body Shop proved that you can run a business that is both profitable and also ethically responsible. Social entrepreneurship does not always require sacrificing profit for social impact. Global scaling. Social enterprises too can scale globally, and ethical practices can be integrated into supply chains and operations across multiple countries. Impact measurement. The Body Shop's focus on measuring the environmental and social impact of its products shows how important it is for social enterprises to track their outcomes. Branding for social change. The Body Shop successfully used branding as a tool for advocating social causes and human rights, building a loyal customer base that believed in the company's mission. Conclusion. The process of social entrepreneurship is multifaceted and involves identifying social issues, creating innovative solutions, mobilizing resources, building effective teams, and measuring impact. Through the example like the Body Shop, we see that social entrepreneurship is not only about business success but also about creating lasting social change. Entrepreneurs who focus on blending social impact with sustainability can make a significant difference in society, improving the quality of life for those most in need. Thank you.